What's up, creatives? I'm out here in the lab. I have something I want to share with you. Something that is important to me and changed my whole creative outlook. Okay? So, today, what I wanted to do is do some free improvisation or free jazz. Of course, some people don't like to label it, you know what I mean? But for the sake of all of us being on the same page, we're going to call it free jazz or free improvisation. You know what I'm saying? What it means to me and what I've learned from it and a cool way to practice it. A little idea about free jazz, or kind of where my mind is. So, to me, this is a perspective practice. We're not trying to play the coolest shit. We're not trying to play perfect timing. We're not trying to play in key or even on rhythm. The whole point of what I'm about to show you is to just make something, create something. You know what I mean? Get out of your own way and let nature express itself, right? Because you are nature. Nature is all around us. Like, we can't avoid it. You know what I'm saying? So, by practicing what I'm about to show you in this method that I use, it's almost like you're a true vessel, not judging your work. So that's the perspective. Like, we're just going to make something and not judge it. But I find that this is a true creative release, and it's helped me, and it's honestly changed my whole creative trajectory. You know what I mean? If I wouldn't have found free improvisation, free jazz, I'm not sure where I would be right now. In true Pinkadelic fashion, we're going to start off with the drums. Like I mentioned before, the point of this is not being perfect or not trying to play cool shit or be in time or do anything you see other people doing. The whole point of this is to be fluid, be at one with yourself, and just let things happen and remove your judgment. Just get out of your own way. So there's that. Now, I already am feeling the judgment and I want to judge myself, but I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to let it be what it is, and I'm going to put something over top of it. One of the real fun things about this is just like literally playing whatever and not thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Just letting shit happen. It's a liberating feeling, the act of creating in nature's vein. You know what I'm saying? It's really raining outside, super hard. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah. So now I'm going to use the Roland AE30 Aerophone, and I have this flute sound, and I'm going to just basically do the same thing, play a bunch of random shit over this random shit to make some random color, like Jackson Pollock sonic painting. You know what I mean? That's really what we're doing if you think about it. So, yeah, I think that's it. The point of this is being fluid, letting yourself go, and allowing yourself to make what you may call garbage. I think there is something to the idea of letting nature just flow through you, right? Just being and just letting your sound be. Like what I just made. Like, no, it's obviously not a hit song. It's not going to be on the radio, or a lot of folks probably won't like it. Not because it's bad, but just because of our conditioning, right? I mean, we've all been conditioned with the way we grew up, the music we grew up listening to, the art we've been exposed to. So, yeah, it's kind of like an updating of your mental firmware. You know what I'm saying? Free jazz basically set me free and gave me a born again vibe. I'm not religious by no stretch, but the only way I can describe the feeling is it just completely changed everything about everything, really. My outlook on life, on my art, on my creative process. And it's led me to where I am today, you know, not being so concerned with everything being neat and tidy and perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for things to be a little rough around the edges, be a little out of tune, be a little out of key, be a little out of rhythm, because it's nature. I've said this before, but like the birds sing, the rain falls, the sun comes out, cars pass, sirens, your neighbor's dog, the wind, the ocean. Like, I mean, there's sounds happening all around us all the time, and they're not really in a certain, they are in a rhythm with one another, but they're not in a traditional rhythm, like a beat kind of rhythm. And I feel like practicing this, you are embracing nature's rhythm, which is the ocean, the birds, the sun, the moon, the cars, the dogs, your thoughts, your relationships. You know what I mean? It's just like this big thing that just moves. You know what I'm saying? And when you make this type of music, or when you fall into this type of vibe, I feel like you are embracing that and letting it come through you. So I think it's some of the most creative expression there is. So that's going to be all for this one. Super short, super quick, simple. Free jazz is really important to me, and I wanted to share it with you and my process. And this is a practice. This is just something I use from time to time. I always come back to it because it just gets the juices flowing. You know what I mean? And reminds me of who I am and where I came from. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you dig this kind of thing. Drop a comment. Let me know if you can relate, if you've practiced this at all. Let me know if you decide to practice it and try it out a little bit. Hit the like button, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Until then, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys next time.